Look what finally rolled into my local Dollar Tree, and boy do I have some really fun DIYs for you. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina, and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. Now, as you see by today's title, and finally what has rolled into my local Dollar Tree, I have all new fall DIYs that only take about 5 minutes to make, and they are really super cute and affordable to do. Now, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to click on the bell notification so YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel. Now, with all that being said, let's just jump right into these fall DIYs and let's art today. For this DIY, I have a 4x6 photo frame from Dollar Tree, and all I need to do is remove its contents within it. So I'm removing the backing, the glass, and then I will put that to the side, and that little piece of paper that comes in with it. Now, this, you can use all different types of photo frames from Dollar Tree. It doesn't not have to be the size, but I wanted something really cute and simple for my display. So I am taking some white chalk paint, and I watered mine down just a bit because it was really thick, and I'm adding about 2 to 3 coats of that chalk paint all over my picture frame. Now, Dollar Tree does sell different types of picture frames in various colors, so if you find one that correlates to your home decor, you can always pick that one up. I just had this one on hand, so I am trying to save every little dollar that I have and just use what I have on hand. Now, the next thing I'm going to use is some scrapbooking paper that I purchased from Michael's. It's their Recollection paper pack, and it's in their Dark Academia collection. I'm taking the back of that picture frame and I'm lining it up to where I want my background to look at, and then I will trace it out using a pen. Once again, you do not have to use scrapbooking paper. You can even paint the back of this if you need to, or use whatever you have on hand. This is just one I really like. It reminded me like of a coffee stain paper or a tea stain paper, and that's why I'm using it. Now that I'm done tracing out that little rectangle, I'm taking a pair of scissors and cutting it out. After I cut out my image, I am going to dry fit it to make sure I cut it down to the right size. To attach my scrapbooking paper to the back of my picture frame, I am using my hot glue gun and a hot glue stick. Now, if you do not want to use this method, you can always use a stick glue or school glue, whatever your heart's desire. I just like using my hot glue gun because it does work pretty quickly. I just attach my scrapbooking paper and press down firmly so everything adheres down together. Once I was done with that, I wanted to add something else to my picture frame, so I found these acrylic candy corns that Timo sent me about a year or two ago. I really like these. These are really nice size, and plus they have a flat back, which made this project a little bit easier. As you see here, I'm going to place down each candy corn in a row. I'm trying to find a design that I really like, and once I have that design, I will then attach it down. I first went in with 2 rows. I didn't really like that look, so then I started going for 3 rows, but placing them in between the row adjacent down from it. And as you see here, I have this little picture of candy corns just lined up, and I placed the frame right on top of it to make sure that it fits within the frame. I am now attaching the candy corns to the picture frame using my hot glue gun. I'm making sure they are lined up in a nice neat row, and then once I'm done gluing all of my candy corn, I just needed to add the picture frame, and that completes our first DIY. This project was super simple and easy to do, and it was really fun. I love how it coordinates to my previous DIYs that I created, but I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. For this DIY, I have two of these wooden pumpkins that I received from Temu and these half circles. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this supposed to be a Dollar Tree video? And it is. You can find these wooden pumpkins at Dollar Tree, and you can find beads at Dollar Tree also. Remember, these are ideas. You can get inspired, and if you want the similar look, they do have them at Dollar Tree. Now, I wanted to attach both of my pumpkins together, but before doing that, I'm adding these half circles on the outer edges, but not all the way up to the top of the pumpkin, as you will see shortly. I'm starting off at the bottom to make sure that they fit nicely together, and I'm just adding a bead of hot glue and then placing those half circles right on top. I will continue doing this all the way up to the top, but not covering the top end of each pumpkin. Dollar Tree also sells those wooden cubes that would work good for this project as well. Once I have the half beads all lined up and glued into place, I wanted to paint each of my pumpkin using my Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin. I will paint the whole entirety of each pumpkin front and back to make sure that everything is well covered. There is so many different colors that you can use that will really make this DIY pop. I just really love the color orange, so that is what I am using, but you can use whatever colors you like. Now, after they had time to completely dry, I wanted to attach them both together like I mentioned before. I want to make sure first that they are lined up exactly the same way. So I placed the beaded pumpkin down on my table first, and I'm adding a large dollop of hot glue right on top of those beads. I do give it about 2 rows of hot glue, and then I will attach the top pumpkin right on top and press down firmly. Now, you don't have to use hot glue. You can always use wood glue, E6000, or any type of glue that you want. I'm just using hot glue for video purposes, and plus I really like using my hot glue gun. Now, after I glued them together, I did stand it up, and it does stand up nicely. However, just for added security, I did add a popsicle stick to the bottom of it to make it really have a flat bottom. This is totally optional. You do not have to do this if you don't want to. You can also add those square beads on the back of this so that it stays up nicely if you want to have your freestanding sign like I have it, or you can attach a little rope to the back if you want to hang your little sign. To decorate my sign, I'm using these window cleans that I found at Dollar Tree. These are beautiful for any type of fall project. I absolutely love them, but I decided to go with this one on the bottom that says autumn skies and pumpkin pies, which I thought was really cute. Now, while I was filming, for some reason my camera was doing something funny without my knowledge of it, so I did lose a little bit of footage. I wanted my window clean to pop, so I did cut out a white piece of paper and I attached it down using some school glue. After I was done attaching it down, I added wooden beads to the outer edges and attached everything down using my hot glue gun. Once I was done with that, I took a brown Posca paint marker and outlined the stem and the outer edges of my pumpkin and colored my pumpkin leaf in green. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know I like to make things double-sided, so I did flip it over and started painting the other side with using my Sharpie paint marker. I am just outlining the outer edges of this pumpkin using that Sharpie marker because I sometimes like to change things up during the middle of a season just to make it look a little bit different, and I like things double-sided. Once I was done outlining my pumpkin, that completes this DIY. Here is how my little freestanding sign turned out, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that you can stick floral into the center of this sign. That's why I left the little space. I just added some Dollar Tree's newest floral, at least to my Dollar Tree, inside of the middle, and I absolutely love it. I also love that it is double-sided, so if I get bored of one side, I can always just flip it over. I would really love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. Dollar Tree has a lot of new wooden signs, and one of them are these little coffee cups, and I absolutely love it. They're $1.25 and they're pretty large size. I needed to remove the tag, so I'm just cutting that off. And if you want to cover that top portion, you can use some wood filler. I did not do that this time. Next, I wanted to remove this wooden piece, but as I was pulling it, it started to crack, so I got scared and decided not to. I am now going in with my Waverly chalk paint and painting the whole thing with that Waverly chalk paint, except for the middle of my coffee cup and the top portion of my coffee cup as well. Actually, I do paint it. I just cover it up later. I just wanted to keep the natural wood color for my pumpkin in the center, and after I have that painted, I let it dry completely. Next, I'm going in with my brown acrylic paint, and I'm painting the top portion of my cup to make it look like the lid of a coffee cup in the brown color, because I just associate brown with fall. So I'm just painting that, and I give it about 2 coats of my brown acrylic paint. Once I was done painting on the lid, I then moved into the middle portion of my coffee cup, and I went in with this nice teal color that I have in my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint. Where you can paint your coffee cup however you like. I just really like these colors for fall this year. They really remind me of the fall season. So after I was done painting, I let it dry completely, and this is how my coffee cup looks. Now, I did paint the back of my sign just to make it more finished and to match the sleeve of my coffee cup. I do have a leftover pool noodle in my crafting stash, and I am going to place that on the back of my sign. If you know what I'm making now, leave me a comment down below. But this is just a pool noodle that I have had lying around, and it is a half of a pool noodle. Next, I folded it in half just to see where the half was. That way I can mark the center of my little sign here, and I'm taking my X-Acto knife and cutting out the middle section of my pool noodle. Now, I could easily had cut off the end. I just really wanted this to be symmetrical and even as possible. After I cut out the middle portion of my pool noodle, I placed that to the end of my coffee cup. I'm attaching everything down using my hot glue gun on the low setting. That way it doesn't melt the pool noodle as much. It still melts it a little, but it does attach it down to my wooden project. You can always use a different glue if you like to attach it down, but my hot glue held up nicely. After I was done attaching the pool noodles down, I then wanted to add a little hanger to the back of my sign. To make my hanger, I'm just using some ribbon that I have on hand, but you can always use jute twine if you need to, or something else to make your little hanger. I am placing down a dot of hot glue and then pushing my ribbon down into that hot glue, trying to measure out how much of the hanger I want to be shown. Next, I will add more beads of hot glue just to attach down everything to my sign, and then I do add some painter's tape to hold it down as well for extra security. Next, I'm taking more of my Waverly chalk paint in that teal color, and I'm painting the outer edges of my pool noodle. That way, if you look at my sign from the side, it will blend in all together. Once that was completely dry, I then took my black Sharpie paint marker, and I'm just outlining my sign just to give it more details and a little bit of character. I'm just drawing in the lines that I normally do on my projects all over the coffee cup. Now it is time for my favorite part, which is to decorate my sign. The pool noodles are going to be something I attach all of my florals down to. So as you see here, I have some leaves for the 99-cent store and a bunch of new florals that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I have some greenery as well, and then I do have some florals that I had left over from previous years. This is a good technique if you have a pool noodle from the sides and you have florals that have the wires in it. You can stick it into the pool noodle and it holds it down, but I am going to attach everything using hot glue for added security as well. Now, Everything I do for the left side, I also wanted to do for my right side. So I am dry fitting everything down so I have an idea of where I want my florals to lay. Once again, if you do not like the matchy sides, or you can decorate it however you like. I just like both sides to look similar. Once I have an idea of where I want to lay all of my floral, like I mentioned before, I am attaching it down using my hot glue gun for added security. But once I was done with that, that completes this DIY. I absolutely loved how this swag turned out, and I just learned that is what you call these types of signs that you hang over your door, which is called a swag, which I thought was pretty funny, but I learned something new. I absolutely loved how it turned out, and this would look so good on top of my little pantry area, and I can't wait to start decorating. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comments section below. Alright friends, that completes today's DIYs for you. I know this was a shorter video than most, but I know some people out there like really short videos and simple DIYs, which only these took about 5 minutes to make. The longest process was waiting for some of the paint to dry, which all you have to do is stick it in front of a fan. But I would really love to know which one was your favorite down in the comment section below, along with the question I asked earlier, if you knew that I was making a swag before I finished that DIY. I just learned it, so I just think it's so humorous and cute. So I think that one is my favorite out of all the DIYs. But let me know down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, let me know if you are ready to see me start decorating for the fall season. I am super excited, and I just finally got all of my fall decor down, and I'm super ready. So if you are liking to see me decorate, please leave me a comment down below. Remember to do all of the YouTubey things like share, comment, and if you are new here, please be able to subscribe today. We would love to have you here for our virtual art family, where we do a lot of DIYs with an artistic twist. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoy, and as always, I will see you in the next one.